Can you hear me? Yeah. First of all, I want to thank Cell for the invitation. It's really an honor for me to be here today. And before I introduce myself, I would like to share with you a few fun facts for Cypriots aged 18 to 34. Their favorite color, black. That's why I'm wearing my black today, going with the trend. Favorite coffee, for men, no sugar, no milk. For women, sugar and milk. Do you need any other data to convince yourself that men and women are totally different? Their favorite food, souvlaki. I don't know if we have any foreigners here. You have to try it. It will become your favorite too, food. And finally, 7 out of 10, they use their mobile phone in the toilet. The question is, the other 3, what are they doing in the toilet? So, I'm Yiannis Hadjiconstantouras. I'm the co-founder and CEO of StudentLife. What we do at StudentLife, we run a youth media platform. We offer a number of youth marketing services, and we run a career development program for recent graduates. I'm really excited today because it's the first time that we did such a study, and I'm going to share with you the main conclusions of the study we did the past month that tries to screenshot the lifestyle of Cypriots aged 18 to 34, how they behave online, and what are their future ambitions for their career. To start with, let's go with the lifestyle. Unfortunately, we don't have data to compare how they used to live and how they live now, but we will see the screenshot of what are the habits of millennials now in Cyprus. As you can see, on a weekly basis with their friends, they prefer to go for coffee and staying home to watch TV series, movies, and play games. Going out for music and drinks, it's not really in their weekly agenda. In terms of the top activities that they like to do during a week, we see that family and friends is a top priority. I think it's part of our culture. We are really bonded with family and friends. Next, we have the social media. Social media is like a free time activity now. 50% say they go on social media to spend their free time, and almost 1 out of 2 they exercise. Some healthy tips about millennials, not tips, facts. 4 out of 10 they go to the gym weekly. 4 out of 10 they drink alcohol. I'm not sure if this is a large percentage or not, but 4 out of 10 they drink alcohol. And just 3 out of 10 they smoke. When I share this with people, it's a bit confusing. They thought that more people are smoking, but obviously just 3 out of 10. In terms of fashion, millennials are really fashion followers. 85% of women are interested in fashion, and almost 6 out of 10 men are interested in the fashion trends. 3 out of 10 they have tattoos. 10, anyone with tattoo? 2, so it's good, it's good. How many they still live with their parents? As you can see, if we mainly focus on the age 30 to 34, we can see that 2 out of 10, they still live with their parents, 30% they rent, and almost half of them, they own a property. Half of them, they own a flat or a house. For me, this is a huge percentage, of course, thanks to their parents and to banks, but 50% of them, they own a property. In terms of marriage, the preferred period for millennials is 25 to 29. For women, it's a clear option. 50% say they prefer to get married 25 to 29. But for men, the opinions were split. We have a decent percentage of men that prefer to get married after 30. We ask them what's more important for them, for their future. Mental and physical health, it's really important. To have a fulfilling job, and to spend time with friends and family. Again, you can see that friends and family, it's a top priority for this age group. Having a religious life and getting married is still important, but not that important. How socially and environmentally active we are. 4 out of 10 they recycle. 3 out of 10, they are active citizens, they care about social issues, and they take action. And 1 out of 10, they are active in politics. From a list of social issues, we ask them what's more important for you, and you can see that education, being ethical, and the mental health of people were top priorities, and less important, extremism, LGBT rights, and religion. My favorite question, do you live your life at your own terms? As you can see, 6 out of 10, they say that, yes, I do. 2 out of 10, they say, I can, but I don't for social reasons. And 2 out of 10, they say, I don't have a choice. For me, 4 out of 10, not being able to live their lives as they want, it's really, really frustrating. I would be more than excited to meet with these people because, honestly, life is too short, and if you imagine that people 18 to 34, 4 out of 10, they don't live their lives as they want, it's not a good percentage. So what's the conclusion from the lifestyle part? As I said before, because we don't have data to compare and spot any trends, what you can keep from this is that millennials have their own way of living their lives and their habits, and on top of that, a priority for them is their family and friends. Now let's move on to something more interesting, I think, social media. How they behave online, and on what social media can we find millennials. I will throw this thing from Stasi. Firstly, we ask them what information, where do they go to find information and news. As you can see, social media and websites are the top sources for information for millennials, followed by traditional media that basically are on a slow death. Where can we find them? 95% of millennials have accounts on Facebook. 6 out of 10, they have accounts on Instagram, and 46% and 43% have accounts on Snapchat and Pinterest. As you can see, LinkedIn is just 31%, mainly because we have the age group of 18 to 24, that they don't really have accounts on LinkedIn. But if we narrow that down to the ages of 25 to 34, we see the percentage of LinkedIn goes to 40%. And Twitter, like other places, has problems. Just 25% of these ages have Twitter. So I think it's in real trouble. If we break down the accounts, the social accounts of millennials in these 3 platforms, we can see that Facebook is really strong in all age groups. Instagram is strong in 18 to 24 and have significant percentages in the ages of 25 to 34. And Snapchat is really strong in the age of 18 to 19, but not that strong in the other age groups. We ask them, how many of you and what platforms do you use daily? 9 out of 10, they use Facebook on a daily basis. 9 out of 10, they are on social media on a daily basis, which is exceptional. 5 out of 10, they use Instagram every day. 2 out of 10, Snapchat, and Twitter just 8%, and LinkedIn 5%. We tried to define the communities in these platforms, and the majority of users on Facebook, they have 500 to 100 to 1,000 friends. On Instagram, they have 100 to 300 followers. And Snapchat, LinkedIn, and Twitter, they have less than 100 friends. What's the next platform that is more probable to use? Instagram is with 26%, followed by LinkedIn because of getting older. Facebook is still strong on this question too, and Snapchat with just 12%. What devices do they use to visit social media? We see that it's all about mobile. 9 out of 10, they use their smartphones to visit social media. 64% they are laptops, and 3 out of 10 they use tablets and desktops. 2 questions that are not linked with the social media, but they will help to get a conclusion on this part. We asked them, how many of you do you watch TV? 21% said they never watch TV, and the remaining 79%, they say, 88% of them say that when a TV commercial comes up, I turn my attention to another device. 9 out of 10, when a TV commercial comes up, they turn to another device. And still brands are paying huge amounts to have commercials on TV. Another interesting question. We asked them if they use any software to block web banners on websites. 4 out of 10, they block web banners on websites. From all this data we saw, I think the main conclusion here is that the attention of millennials is on social media, specifically Facebook, and the Instagram. My guess is that it will be mainstream in the following 6 to 12 months. Snapchat, it will be a platform to keep an eye on, but we believe that it's not going to be mainstream. And having in mind the limited resources we have, if I was a marketer, I was going to invest on Facebook, invest heavily on Instagram, and keep an eye on Snapchat. It's all about mobile. We still have brands designing desktop first and then go mobile, and you click on their advertisement, and you see that it's not mobile responsive. And 9 out of 10, they use their mobiles to visit social media. And we need to stop interrupting them. They don't like TV commercials. They don't like web banners. Slowly, slowly, we can feel that. We see that the results are going down, and we need to become more creative on the way we try to communicate with this generation. And the solution, I think it's native content. It's about content. We need to educate them, inform them, and entertain them through content that we distribute on social media. The last section of our presentation, of our study, was about career. It splits into two, because we asked them also about their interest in entrepreneurship. We asked them, how many of you have worked before the age of 18? 7 out of 10, they have some sort of experience before 18, and we see a decent difference between boys and girls. If we break this down to age groups, we see that younger millennials worked less than older millennials. For me, this is a bit worried, because we all know that working can help us explore, find out what are the main skills we have, the talents we have. And as you can see, younger millennials worked less. During studies, the percentages are similar. 7 out of 10, they say they have some sort of experience. But the thing here is that if I ask anyone from this audience, you will agree with me that our students and recent graduates, they lack of basic skills. And we would also agree that having practical experience would help. We see here that 7 out of 10, they say they have some sort of experience. But we need to investigate this in more detail, because probably it's not enough, or the quality of the experiences they get are not good enough. We asked them, do you think that the universities prepared you for the job market? And the results were below average. The questions here should be, is this the job of the universities, to prepare them for the job market? Our opinion is that university's job is to give knowledge to students. What we need is a different infrastructure, something that will provide students with practical experiences, with quality practical experiences, to explore themselves and develop their skills. When we ask them if they are positive about their future career, the results are slightly above average. The main reason for this is because they are confused. They don't know what they want to do with their future career. They don't know what their talents really are. And they feel a bit confused on where should I go. Probably they are studying something that they don't want to. So this creates this confusion. The solution, I mean, I'm 29. What I did when I was a student, I was doing a lot of things. I practiced with various things, and doing a lot of things and experimenting helps you find what you like. And if you find what you like, then you will focus your energy on being better at that. The top 5 in importance, we had a list there for what's more important for you in a job position. Everything was close, the results, but we saw that the top 5 in importance were the work environment, colleagues, having opportunities for personal growth. work-life balance, and salary. Less important was the social and environmental responsibility of the company and being close to home. The next questions are about entrepreneurship. We asked them, what's the possibility for you to start a business? We see that almost 1 out of 10, they started a business, and 76%, so they say there is a percentage, there is a possibility, sorry, to start a company. And just 16%, they said, this is not for me. As you can see here, we asked people, what's the possibility? And the people that asked most probably, we can see that the percentage reduces as they grow up. Probably they understand it's not for them, I don't know, but the percentage is almost half. I think this is going to be the favorite slide for Stavriana. We asked them with the financial aspect to be the same in all situations. What's your dream scenario? And 4 out of 10, they said to create their own business. 35% said to work at a fulfilling job in the private sector, and just 30% to work at the public sector. If we had this question a few years back, the percentages would be totally different. On the next question, we tried to break down 2 of their dream scenarios, own a business and work at the public sector, and what we see here is that men are a bit more risk-oriented. 5 out of 10, they say they want to start a business, while 3 out of 10 women say they want to start their own business. And we see that 1 out of 10 men and 2 out of 10 women, they choose public sector. A small reality check there with the red percentages. We see that just 15% started their own business, and just 5% of the women started their own business. The reasons to start a business, thank God, it's not about the money, it's not about safety. You can see that it's about something bigger. It's to be able to create, it's to be able to have freedom in your decisions and bring your mission into life. Less important was the rest. So the conclusion, firstly, on the career section, what we thought a lot and we tried to find conclusions that break into 3. For students and recent graduates, the conclusion, yeah, you are lacking of basic skills, but you have the talent to become something really good. And what you have to do is to try a lot of things, experiment, find what you like, and then invest your time on that. For aspiring entrepreneurs, I love entrepreneurship. I do it every day. I love when I see young people coming in, but I hate it when we promote it like it's something that everyone should do, and it's really easy. It's not easy, and I think it's time to be a bit honest with each other and share the practical difficulties of having a business. It's not to say that you don't do it, but we need to be honest with each other. And finally, for employers, millennials are the future employees, and employers need to give them the chance to be wrong. They need to give them the chance to know nothing, and they have to be the guide that will take them and help them grow their talents. And we see it every day at StudentLife. If you give them the chance, they will take your business to the top. 3 main conclusions, 3 main things to take home. Millennials have their own lifestyle. On top of that is their family and friends. Their attention is on social media. We have to stop interrupting them and start giving them value. And yes, millennials are the future employees, are the future workforce of this country. And we need to give them the chance and the tools to develop their skills. And I'm 100% sure that they can and they will take the economy of this country to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was very insightful, and thank you for actually describing how hard it is to start something on your own, and that it's not all roses. So let's open the floor to questions. I'm sure you're going to have plenty. Who wants to go first? Okay, the gentleman, and then Argyris.
Hi, thanks for your speech. Just a simple question that I want to ask. How big was your sample of the people that you approached, and how did you make sure that it was like diverse enough so that you get accurate results?
The survey was designed in a proper way. It was 600 people. The percentages were correct according to the age groups, and based on, we took the correct percentages from around Cyprus. We contacted face to face, and we have 95%, I forget the, the confidence interval is 5%. So it was designed in a regular way, a survey that was conducted in a correct way to have the decent results and say that we are confident enough that this is true.
Hello, Yiannis. Great presentation, with some really interesting results. As an expert into the youth generation, I would like to hear if you think there are any biases in the survey, not because of how you designed it, but because people sort of answer what they want to answer instead of what actually matters to them. And if there are any biases, if you can give us any more information so we can better understand the younger generation.
I'm not sure if there are any biases here, but what we did, we tried to see the results and say, okay, based on our experience as we work with them for 4 years, is this true or not? We took out a few questions that they had nothing to say, and we tried to just include questions that, that based on our experience, they were true. So I'm not sure if there is any bias here, or if there is something specific that you think it's not true here. We can discuss it in more detail.
Oh, it looks great. I think you answered. I mean, you've included everything you think is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, the gentleman there.
Hi, thanks for the talk. One of the main reasons you said people want to start their own business is freedom in decision. How was that option provided to the people that did the survey? Because to me it might seem that they lack the confidence or the skills to convince the boss that they work in a company to select the correct path or decision that has to be made in the company, for example.
First of all, the question was a list of things to choose it was a Likert scale to choose the importance for these factors. I didn't get exactly the question if you think that they don't have the ability to convince their employers about something.
Yeah, so if I was able to start my own company, why? And I would say freedom in decision. It might be because
Okay.
I can't convince
Yeah.
my current environment that I need
All right.
the decision I envision is correct or not.
Okay. This has a lot of sides to see it. I mean, if you are in a company that is really blind, then it's difficult. Even if you are the best in convincing someone, you won't be able to do that. If you are in companies, smaller companies probably, or more innovative, you will find it easy to convince them. I don't think the reason they answered freedom in decision is because they cannot do it in their environment, because if we narrow down to 18 to 24, which are just students, the percentages are similar. So I think it's feeling free to do what you think is good, not that you are pressed about.
Other questions? Panagiotis? Hold on. No,
yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Is it for sale or is free the full?
10,000 euro. No. You can click on studentlife.com.cy/youthtrends2016, and you can put your contact information, and we'll send you the report by the end of the month for free.
Good news. Other questions?
Based on your experience and interaction with the participants, what do you think are the reasons for them saying that they're not in control of their own lives, or they don't have the means to do that?
Because we are a small country, I think the social pressure on all ages is higher than other cultures. Their parents should be the main reason, because their parents try to convince them, you will study accounting and you will do this. So for me, what I did was I was always trying to make my parents happy, but my parents were happy when I was doing my thing, when I was happy. Probably this is not the situation for most of these ages, and still, because they love their parents, they are trying to make them happy, but their parents are pushing them to do something that they don't want to. This is my personal opinion, so it's subjective, but I think it's the social pressure from parents and relatives, probably and friends, but it's parents mainly.
Any last question? Okay, thank you very much, Yanni.
Thank you.